So you've been asked to do puppets, or you see a need for puppets in your church service, in your Sunday school. So you get some puppets. You order them. They come. You've already done the hair treatment. You've already made them look good. But now you don't know how to make your puppet. You don't know what he's supposed to sound like, what she's supposed to sound like, what they are supposed to sound like. You don't know anything about your puppet other than this look. You got to build your character. Now, you got to start off with something. This guy's green, kind of looks like a monster. Maybe he could have like a monster voice. Although you can't tell if it's male or female yet, because it doesn't have a personality unless you specifically ordered a gender puppet that's boy or girl. So you got to decide what kind of voice it has. There's several ways you can change your voice. So far as I can think, there's 4 ways to change your voice so that way you can produce the sound of the puppet. You can do your regular voice, but kids don't like your regular voice. Or maybe they do. Maybe you got a funny sounding voice. Maybe the kids do like your voice. But most likely, you don't want to do your voice, because then the kids may confuse you with your puppet. And if you're having a conversation with your puppet, they don't need to sound the exact same. Isn't that right, creature? So, one of them is nasal. You do a high-pitched sound. It's good for small or funny, or it could be funny for big creatures. If you have a really big puppet and it has a really small voice, that could be funny. So one way you could do nasal is you just speak with the back of your throat and you kind of close up your nose there. And this doesn't sound like the voice that could be coming from this character. It doesn't sound like it to me. Nope. So we're not going to choose nasal for this character. But nasal is a way that you could make a character sound different than you. The second way is goopy or dopey. Oh, hello. How are you? That one you kind of want to make it sound a little bit lower pitched. You want to talk slower. You want to slur your words a little bit. It's the sound that comes from the back of the throat. Hello. My name's Bob. See this creature? This guy? It just doesn't fit him. So we won't go with dopey or goopy or... It's where you try to make the character sound a little weird, a little slow. Maybe they are very sleepy all the time. Or maybe they're tired. Third is a falsetto. That's high and soft. Think of a busybody lady. Oh, hello, how are you? I don't look like a woman. Maybe I am. I don't know. Now you can combine these, but it's hard. Just stick with the easy ones at first, and then you can work your way up. But it's not this character. So, what's the fourth one? The fourth one is gravelly, rocky. You lower the tone, you add throat sounds. Think of like an old man, like, yes, or this guy. He could sound like this. Yeah, gravelly. Coming from the back of my throat. But then once you have the voice you've settled on, the type of voice that you're going to produce, to change your voice, because you got to change your voice. Or the kids, they will know. So one way you can do it is diction. They can change by increasing or decreasing the speed that you speak, how clearly you speak. What if I don't want to speak clearly? What if I want to speak with a nasally voice, but I don't want it to be clear? Then you can mix it up, the different voices. You can add diction. And then the other one is you can add accents on top of the base voice. So, this guy, we can give him British voice. How are you today? It is good to be me. And so you can add accents, but you got to be careful about accents. They might offend some people. So don't go too crazy with it. I want this to be him. I want him to be who he is every time I use him. Now you can use puppets for multiple purposes, but if they appear regularly in front of the kids, then you want to give them a good character. So this one, you can pick some things that you keep as points, that every time you use that character, those are points that you touch on. This guy, we're going to say that he talks in third person because that's kind of unique. Oh, I talk in third person? No, not I talk in third person. So we're going to call him creature because there's a scripture about a creature. So it is Mark chapter 16 and verse 15. And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. So this guy, we're going to call him creature. So now we have his name. We've decided that one of the things we're going to always bring out about him is that he speaks in third person, but he needs something else. So we're going to make him hungry, and he eats all the time, and he eats everything. And so now we have some base points that we always touch on, that we could always, like he's going to be, whenever he talks about a scripture, he can link it to food because he's always hungry. Creature want to eat everything. You know why creature like? Now I'm not a ventriloquist, so you're just going to have to imagine my mouth is not moving when you see his mouth moving. But if you get good enough with a puppet, then you can disappear and people won't see you, they'll just see the puppet. Creature like Bible because God said it's the bread of life. Oh, very good, creature. You like the Bible because it's the bread of life? Yeah, he also said, he said, you shall eat and never be hungry. Yeah, creature like Bible because of that. Creature read Bible, lots and lots of Bible. So that is how you build your character. Now, what if you don't have something unique like this guy? I mean, he's a monster. Surely you got to give him a gravelly voice, right? But what if we have another character? What if we have a monkey? I mean, we could do a lot with a monkey. You can make them sound animalistic. You could give them a gravelly voice. One of the things you can do once you have your character is you can, like this guy. The other puppet, we decided he was going to have a gravelly voice. This guy, you could give him a nasally British voice. A British monkey would kind of be funny. Hello and welcome to my show. I am Theodore the Great. You kind of matches him, but we could do something even funnier. Where do you never see monkeys besides the zoo? Let's go with South Texas. South Texas, you don't see monkeys. So, if you gave them a real southern drawl, that could make the character complete. Now, I'm using both accent and diction to get the southern drawl. Now, you can look up videos on how to speak in certain accents, but you gotta be careful, it can offend people. So this guy's gonna be a South Texas person, but he doesn't quite look like a South Texas person. He doesn't quite look like a Theodore. Yeah, my name is Theodore. I need clothes that make me look like Theodore. So, you get you some clothes. Now, a good place to get clothes for your puppets. This may sound weird, but a good place to get clothes for your puppets is thrift stores in the children's section, specifically toddlers, because you can usually find clothes that will fit a puppet that is in the toddler section. Do not spend money on puppet clothes. It is way too expensive. Just get you some toddler clothes and cut them to fit the puppet. And like this one right here, you need some clothes. So now we have our dressed Theodore. Now the way these clothes are like I said, from the toddler section, from a thrift store. And we just cut a spot out in the seat so we can get our hand into the puppet. Because he's supposed to look, proper and prim, kind of. Now, you could give them hats, but the problem with hats is it's hard to keep it on a puppet's head and keep it not moving. You can do it. Sometimes it's just easier not to do it. So now I really look like a Theodore. Hey, creature. You gotta wake up, creature. You gotta get dressed. Creature, you gotta get dressed. Creature, wake up and get dressed. So you choose your puppet, and then you give your puppet a voice, and you keep points in that puppet's in your mind whenever you use that puppet, whether they're always like food or they talk from South Texas. And get your arm around here. So, Creature, Theo, you guys think you could help me review the types of ways people can change their voice?
Creature always ready to help. Theodore, you're not ready to help, are you?
I'm always ready to help also. Now you don't speak mean to me now, Mr. Creature, cause I want to help too.
Oh, Creature want to help? Creature, you gonna give Creature dinner? Lunch maybe? Second lunch? Like a pizza? You order pizza for Creature and Theodore. Yes, that sounds very good to Creature.
Theodore, you want a pizza?
I would rather have a pot of gumbo. Can we have gumbo?
No, Creature want... Oh, Creature like gumbo too. Creature do gumbo and pizza. Oh, good day. Okay, so first you speak in nasal tone. I can't do nasal because I Creature. You do nasal, Mr. Charlie.
Okay, so you can I can't do nasal right now. You can't do nasal when you're smiling, can you? Nasally voice speaks like this, Creature and Theodore. You talk kind of like you're holding your breath under the water. Yeah, and I'm adding an accent like I'm from Boston, you know. So that way I'm a different character. And then we also have Dopey or
You want to say goopy?
That does not sound like a good word to me. Goopy. I like dopey. You're kind of dopey. You speak real... Oh my goodness, I might be dopey.
No, Theodore, surely you're not dopey.
Yes, I think I got a little dopey in my voice.
And then the third one would be falsetto. It's where you speak in a high voice. You don't have to be a female. Like, you could be a bird. Birds, you know, they got the high-pitched voice.
Creature like to eat birds, turkeys, ducks, chickens,
Hens.
Danish hens, pheasants, ostrich, emu. Creature like to eat all the birds, and the cows, and the pigs, and the fish. Oh, Creature really like fish.
Creature likes fish, Theodore.
Yeah, but if you're gonna talk falsetto, you could use that to create a female voice if you're male, and if you're female, you gotta be careful with the falsetto because you might go too high, and then people can't understand what you're saying.
So we've created our characters. We've given them voices using either gravelly, nasal, falsetto, or dopey, and we can mix it in with a regular voice.
Kind of like me, I speak with a regular voice with a little bit of dopey, right? Is that dopey? Dopey is slow, right? Yeah.
But you can also change their voice with diction, like if they speak clearly.
Creature always speak clearly.
No, you don't, Creature. Sometimes you got food in your mouth and you don't speak clearly then.
Oh yeah, Creature don't speak clearly when he's...
And then you can also change their voice, change their personality with their accents.
And that's why I have a southern accent, because it's distinctive, and it's a monkey. And you don't see monkeys from South Texas speaking like this. Or maybe you do. Who knows? Maybe you got a friend that's a monkey.
But thank you for joining us on this first video of puppetry. Thank you, Creature.
You're very welcome. You're always welcome to have me on, because you always feed Creature when you bring him. Creature loves food. But what was that scripture you said earlier? Creature like to hear it.
Yeah, how about you tell us that scripture? And thank you, Miss Rebecca. You helped cut my hair all nice looking.
Yeah, Creature say thank you also, but you make Creature not look like Creature. Creature's supposed to be alive! There we go. Now Creature fluff ball. Creature like that.
So the scripture is Matthew chapter 16 and verse 15.
Are you going to tell me it, creature? Is that why you're looking at me?
Yeah, creature looking at you because he want to tell you scripture. It is not Matthew. You have it wrong. It is Mark. Mark chapter 16, verse 15. Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to all the creature. Or something like that.
Every creature.
Every creature. That's Miss Rebecca. She's the one that did my hair. It felt good, like I was getting a massage, but made me look like Theodore. Creature don't want to look all prim and proper. Theodore, no problem with you.
Theodore got no problem with you. Theodore thanks you for joining us. Why is Theodore speaking in third person? It's contagious. Why have you done this to me, creature?
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Back to the Studio.